All right. Hello, hello. Hello, Maria. Hello, Jean and Edouard. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, hello, everybody. I'm a little bit late today getting started. But we're going to learn some idioms in just a few minutes when people arrive. You can talk to me until we get started if you want to talk. How's everyone doing? You're working. You want to listen to me talk about everything. Well, that's interesting. Nobody wants to hear me talk about everything. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at some idioms. How do I delete one? There we go. Delete. All right, let's look at some idioms. ChatGPT does not like to zoom in. That's the biggest I can make it. I hope it's big enough. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see that okay? Hopefully. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, good. All right, so I have a list. Look, here is a list of 100 common English idioms with their meaning. ChatGPT once again saves the day. How easy it is to learn if you just take a minute to ask ChatGPT. So, general idioms. These are general idioms. A blessing in disguise means something that seems bad, but it turns out to be good. This weekend, we wanted to go to the park to have a picnic, but because of the storm, we were unable to go. But the storm turned out to be a blessing in disguise because we went to see a fantastic movie instead. Okay, so you wanted to go to the park to have a picnic, but then it rained, so you decided to go to a movie, but the movie you saw was awesome. The movie you saw was amazing. So that means the rainstorm was actually a blessing in disguise. It looked like a bad thing, but it was actually a good thing. Okay, a dime a dozen means something very common and cheap. Okay, opinions are a dime a dozen. Everybody's got one, right? So those things are a dime a dozen. That means it's not rare. Everybody has that. Okay, to beat around the bush is a good one. Beating around the bush means avoid saying something directly. So don't beat around the bush. Just tell me what's wrong. Don't beat around the bush. Just tell me what's wrong. Okay, bite the bullet means to endure a painful experience. Break a leg means good luck. Okay, so if you want to practice using these, type it in the chat. Choose one and see if you can use it, and I'll correct you. If you type in the chat, then I will correct you. Easy does it. That's another good one. It means be careful, go slow. Cut to the chase. So don't beat around the bush, just cut to the chase. Don't beat around the bush, just cut to the chase. Hit the sack means go to bed. Right? Okay, so these are general idioms. General idioms. And yet still no one's trying to use them. All right, well, I'll just wait until somebody uses one. Do you guys know what this means? What does this mean? Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Easy does it. The floor is slippery. That's good. That's good. That's fine. Thank you for trying to use one, Chris. I'm waiting. Come on. I'm here to teach. You should be here to learn. So start learning. Type. Hello, Alia. All right. Well, I guess nobody wants to participate, so I'm just going to talk. All right. So money and business idioms. Money and business idioms. These are pretty good. A penny for your thoughts just means, what are you thinking? You know, if you see somebody and they look like they're thinking about something or they're upset, then you can say, hey, a penny for your thoughts. A penny for your thoughts. That means, can you tell me what's wrong? What are you thinking? What's in your mind right now? Daichi, I think what you want to say is don't burn the midnight oil too much. Hit the sack. Don't burn the midnight oil too much. Hit the sack. So, and that would be okay. That's a good sentence, but I would make it 2 sentences. Okay? Don't burn the midnight oil too much, period. Hit the sack, exclamation point. Okay? And Jasmine says, bite the bullet. Can you explain a little bit more? Yeah. To bite the bullet, Jasmine, is a crazy story. A long time ago, Jasmine, I want you to remember in America, we had a big war, right? Between the North and the South, right? And when they had that war, many people got injured when they were fighting, right? So maybe somebody shoots you in the arm. Okay, they shoot you in the arm, and now they take you to the tent where they have the doctor, right? The doctor is going to help you in the tent, okay? And many times, Jasmine, if you got shot in the arm or in the leg, the only thing that they could do is cut off your arm or cut off your leg. So they took a saw and cut off your arm or cut off your leg. Okay? Very, very painful. Very, very painful. And they didn't have any drugs to give you. There were no drugs to give you to make it not painful. Right? So, because they didn't have anything to give you, they would give you something to bite on. Right? It's going to hurt, so they give you something to bite on. Okay? And one of the things they would give you to bite on was a bullet, okay? Because the old bullets were soft metal, so you could bite them and they would, like, chew, right? It would make a mark in the metal. Do you understand that? So bite the bullet means you're about to do something terrible. They are about to cut off your arm. They're going to cut off your arm. You have to bite the bullet. So bite the bullet means something bad is going to happen, and you must go through with it. Okay? You have to deal with something really bad. You have to face something really bad. Okay, let's cut to the chase. What you really want. Yeah, that's good. Break a leg in your interview today. That's good. I'm going to pull out your teeth, bite the bullet. Yeah. But maybe, Young, we would probably say something like, I have been avoiding the dentist, but it's time for me to bite the bullet and go get my tooth pulled. Okay, so I've been avoiding the dentist, but it's time for me to bite the bullet and get my tooth pulled. Okay? Okay, and what else do we have here? Burning the midnight oil means to work late at night. To work late at night. Okay, burning the midnight oil because we used to have lamps. The lamp was an oil lamp. We still have them, but most people don't use them anymore, right? So when you have to work late, you need light. So you have a lamp, and you have to burn the oil. So you're burning the midnight oil. Okay? So it just means working late. Studying late, working late. It's burning the midnight oil. Okay? It's time to bite the bullet and start studying for the English exam. Good. Yeah, that's good, Chris. Yeah. Let's see. Costs an arm and a leg means it's very expensive. That new computer costs an arm and a leg. Okay? Money doesn't grow on trees. You know, maybe you have a small boy or girl, right? A child, and your child keeps asking you for money for something. Daddy, can I have money to buy that toy? Dad, can I have money to buy that shirt? Dad, can I have money to buy that snack? So maybe if your child is asking for money all the time, you can say, hey, Money doesn't grow on trees. Money doesn't grow on trees. Okay? Put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is. That's what we say when somebody is saying something and you're saying, okay, prove it. Right? So, put your money where your mouth is means you said something and now they want you to take your money and bet on it. Okay? You said, I think that... I think climate change is fake. And somebody might says, hey, put your money where your mouth is. And that means, like, prove it. Okay? Or you could say, let's see. Oh, he ran that race and he won, but I think it's easy. It was so easy to win that race. I could have won that race. Maybe somebody will say, oh, really? Put your money where your mouth is. That means, let's see some money. Go run and prove it. And if you win, you can take the money. But if you lose, I'll take your money. Okay? That's put your money where your mouth is. Let's see. Or another way to say that is talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Anyone can talk. Not everyone can do. Okay? Throw money down the drain means to waste money. The new manager was throwing money down the drain every day, buying silly things. The new restaurant manager was wasting money every day, throwing money down the drain. He was throwing money down the drain, buying silly things. Okay? And to go Dutch. To go Dutch means, you want to go out with someone, but you want to split the money equally, split the pay, split the bill, right? So you say, hey, you want to go get some lunch tomorrow? And your friend says, sure. Are we going to go Dutch? Do you want to go Dutch? That means I pay for mine, you pay for yours, right? We split it. I pay for mine, you pay for yours. Okay? Could we say act is expensive? What do you mean, Daichi? Stop talking about how good your product is. Put your money where your mouth is and show us. Yeah, that's correct. Right. Yeah. Talk is cheap. Put your money where your mouth is. Prove it. Show us. Yeah, that's good, Chris. Well done. Okay, so going Dutch means each person pays for themselves. A nest egg. A nest egg means that's the money you save for the future. How much money is in our nest egg right now? Oh, we have $10,000 in our nest egg. Okay, to save for the future. Okay? Every week I put a little bit of money in my nest egg. Every week I put a little bit of money in my nest egg. That means to save for the future. To keep your head above water, keeping your head above water, it means it means two things. One means staying financially stable, which means like I have enough money to live. Okay, my head is above water, means I'm not drowning. Like I'm drowning, right? If your head is above water, then you're not drowning yet. Okay, you're not drowning yet. So your head is above water. Okay? You thought you could say act is expensive, but act is a verb, Daichi. I'm not, so that's what I don't understand. What do you mean by act? And yes, of course, Yang, of course, every culture has similar, very, very similar idioms. Okay? You mean action. Oh, see, that's your problem was you used the wrong form of the word. So let's go back and look at your sentence. You said, where was it? Can we say action is expensive? Yeah, sometimes you can say talk is cheap, but sometimes acting is expensive. Yeah, you could say it that way. Action or acting. Okay? I think I would prefer action because acting can mean another meaning, like acting for TV or movies or a play. That's acting. So action would mean more like motion or movement or to do something. Okay? I don't want to spend my nest egg unless it's really necessary. Good. Yeah, Chris is doing very well with the idioms today. Good job, Chris. Paying through the nose means you paid too much for something. You know, I was able to buy tickets for the Super Bowl for my whole family, or I was able to buy tickets for the World Cup for my whole family, but I really had to pay through the nose. I really had to pay through the nose, right? So it means it was really expensive for the tickets, okay? And we have animal idioms here too. Animal idioms. Curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity killed the cat. That means sometimes curiosity can get you into trouble. Sometimes curiosity can get you into trouble, right? Sometimes you should mind your own business. Hello, Mona. And let's see. Let sleeping dogs lie. That means the dog is sleeping. Don't bother him. Don't bother him. Right? So that's the literal meaning. Let sleeping dogs lie means, hey, imagine a dog is a problem. And that problem is sleeping. It's not bothering anybody. It's just sleeping. But then you wake it up. Right? So let sleeping dogs lie means, hey, that problem is not a problem. Leave it alone. Don't wake it up. Don't make trouble. Don't get things, upset. Don't make people upset by talking about that problem. Okay? That's right. It will bite you. That's right. Don't stir up trouble. Very good. Okay? I like this next one. The next one's good. The elephant in the room. The elephant in the room means there's an obvious, very big problem that you're not talking about. A very big problem that you're not talking about. So if I were teaching right now and there was an elephant behind me, but I don't talk about the elephant, I don't say anything about the elephant, that's weird, right? That's weird. There's an elephant in the room. Why aren't you talking about it? Right? So the elephant in the room means it's a problem that nobody wants to talk about or recognize. Okay? People are avoiding this problem. They don't want to talk about it, but it's big and obvious and everyone can see it. Okay? Hello, Sebastian. I'm fine. How are you? A little bird told me. A little bird told me is what you say when you have like a secret, right? Or you have some secret information that you heard. So you can say, a little bird told me that you're getting married soon. Okay, a little bird told me that you might be leaving the company soon. A little bird told me that you might be getting a promotion. Okay? This idiom is often used in Russia. Which one? The elephant in the room? You don't entire the elephant in the room. Nari Mana, not quite. Try again, Nari. Edgar, you can say, don't put all your eggs in the same basket. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's what we say. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Let's not ignore the elephant in the room. We're over budget. Good. Yeah, I mean, Maria, the truth is that, the elephant in the room is a pretty common thing to feel today because there are so many big problems that people don't really want to talk about, right? I mean, put it this way. If you're Russian and I'm American and we have a conversation, there are many topics that we might avoid talking about. Right? There are a few topics that we might avoid talking about. Those are the elephants in the room. Those are the elephants in the room, right? Dr. Swella. Is something wrong, Dr. Swella? Okay, and now we have, I have bigger fish to fry. To have bigger fish to fry means you have more important things to do. I don't have time to talk to you right now. I have bigger fish to fry. I don't have time for this nonsense right now. I have bigger fish to fry. Okay? That's a small fish. I don't have time for that. I have bigger fish. I have to fry those. Okay? Straight from the horse's mouth. That means directly from a reliable source. Straight from the horse's mouth means it's directly from a reliable source. So if somebody says, hey, where did you hear that? You can say, well, I heard it straight from the horse's mouth. That means you heard it directly from the person. Tom told me. He's the guy who it's happening to. So you could say, I heard Tom might be leaving next year. And somebody will say, oh, where did you hear that from? And you could say, well, I heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Tom told me. Tom told me. Okay, I heard it straight from the horse's mouth. To kill two birds with one stone, that's a very common idiom around the world. Let's hang out tonight. Sorry, I have bigger fish to fry. I need to hit the books tomorrow. I have midterms. Yeah, Mona, you can use it that way. Let me think about that for a moment. You can use it that way, Mona, but I think that when you say I have bigger fish to fry, it's kind of more like you have many problems to deal with, but some of them are very small problems, and some of them are big problems, right? The important ones. So usually when we talk about having bigger fish to fry, what that means is I can't be bothered with these small problems. So that's the only reason why I think it doesn't quite work, is because when someone says, let's hang out tonight, that's not a problem. Understand? So maybe if you change your sentence a little bit, you could say, let me think. I need to hit the books tomorrow. Yeah, like that's right. It means like this problem, yeah, I can't deal with that little problem right now. I have this big problem to deal with. Right? I have this big problem to deal with, okay? Like maybe your child can't open their toy, right? They want to open their toy, but they can't do it, right? And you're trying to deal with a problem at work, and you're trying to deal with all these things, and your husband comes and says, hey, can you help him open his toy? And you could say, hey, I've got bigger fish to fry. I have to deal with my problems at work. I have to deal with this. Okay, so it's something more like you have bigger problems, so you can't be bothered with the small problems right now. Okay? I have more important things to do. Okay? Kill two birds with one stone. Yeah, that's a common idiom all over the world, Sebastian. The Chinese have that idiom. Lots of cultures and languages have that same idiom. Okay, that's the thing I like about idioms. Sometimes they are cross-cultural. Don't trust the rumors. I got the news straight from the horse's mouth. Yes. I can't wait anymore. I have bigger fish to fry. That's good. Yeah, that's good, Nari. Okay, let's see. Like a fish out of water? A fish out of water? What happens if a fish is out of water? He can't breathe. He can't swim, right? He can't move very well, right? So if you are in a situation where you feel very uncomfortable or very out of place, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know why you're there, it seems weird that you're there, then you are like a fish out of water. Okay? So maybe you have never played sports in your life, and now you're hanging out with a bunch of people playing sports. And you don't feel comfortable, and you feel awkward and weird, and somebody might say, hey, I feel like a fish out of water here. I don't know how to play basketball. I don't know how to play baseball. I don't know how to play soccer. I feel like a fish out of water. Okay? He feels like a fish out of water talking in public. Yeah, that works. Sure. That works. All right. And then we have a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's something that's pretty. This is a pretty important one today. The world is full of these people. Wolves. Wolves in sheep's clothing. Means it's a wolf pretending to be a sheep. It's a wolf pretending to be a sheep. It's somebody who's pretending to be harmless, but they are dangerous. Yeah, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Excuse me. I had a presentation and I couldn't speak eloquently. I was just like a fish out of water. Not exactly. Not exactly, Mona. If you had a presentation about a topic you don't know about, maybe then. So if you say, I had to give a presentation about sports, a topic I know nothing about, so I was like a fish out of water. Okay? Trying to talk about something that you don't know about, now you are like a fish out of water. Okay? So it has to be more than just I couldn't speak eloquently. It has to feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't even know this subject. Why am I talking about this when I don't know this? Okay? When I can't continue the meeting, I had left early because like a fish out of water. Nari, maybe you could say, because I didn't know what they were talking about, I left the meeting early feeling like a fish out of water. Because I didn't know what they were talking about, I left early feeling like a fish out of water. Okay? I was feeling like a fish out of water because I didn't know what they were talking about. Okay? I feel like a fish out of water talking with someone. Almost, Edouard. You could say, I feel like a fish out of water talking with someone about something. Okay? And Edouard, choose a topic that you don't know about, right? So if you say, I feel like a fish out of water talking with someone about cars because I don't know anything about cars. Okay, so my friends were all talking about their new cars, but I don't know about cars, so I felt like a fish out of water. Okay? I feel like a fish out of water when other meaningless live streams have... Thank you, Derek. Yeah, Derek, I don't know. I've been here for 3 years. I can't explain why people don't care. I can't explain it. Let's see. Just say I'm not a car person. You can say that. You can say that, right? But maybe you feel like you have to, you have to talk about cars. That's what all your friends are talking about, right? What is the story behind the horse's mouth? That's a good question, Masood. So, straight from the horse's mouth. A long time ago, Masood, if you wanted to buy a horse, then you would go look at the horse and you would inspect it, right? You would look around and say, is it healthy? And one way to look to see if a horse is healthy, you open its mouth and you look at the teeth. You look at the mouth, you look at the teeth. So you didn't, you bought the horse. You went to go buy the horse and the guy told you, oh, it's a very healthy horse. It's a very healthy horse. But you don't want to just believe him. He told you, but that doesn't mean it's true. So now you want to see for yourself. So now you go see the horse, and you look at the horse, and you look in the horse's mouth yourself. That's what straight from the horse's mouth means. You didn't believe the guy just because he told you it's a good horse. You went and looked for yourself, okay? You found the information directly yourself. Okay? Yeah, isn't that interesting? Yeah, that's a cool story, right? See, a lot of these have cool stories. A lot of these have cool stories. Talking about the king of Rome or speak of the devil. Jasmine, we say speak of the devil. Talking about the king of Rome, we don't use. Yeah, speak of the devil means the full phrase is speak of the devil and he will appear. So what that means is you and your friend, you're talking about somebody else, right? You and your friend are talking about your friend Jack, right? And don't you think Jack is great? Yeah, Jack's such a good guy. He's such a great guy. Oh, look, there's Jack. Speak of the devil. That means we were talking about you, and now you're here. Okay? We were just talking about you. Look at that. Now you're here. Okay? I left my hometown and came to a strange city. This makes me feel very uncomfortable, just like a fish out of water. That's a good one, Nini. Very good. And yes, slaves were checked the same way. All animals, Vadim. Teeth. Even today, Vadim, you're a doctor, even today, teeth are a very good way to look at a person to see how good their health is, how well they take care of themselves, right? If you look at an old man's mouth, if he hasn't been taking care of himself, then it's going to be clear. You'll see it in his mouth, right? So it was a good health check before we had medicine, and all the technology that we have, medical technology. Looking at your mouth was a pretty good way to see how healthy you are in general. Okay? Is it correct to say you can't pull the wool over my eyes? Wool. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. If I've heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Yes, good, Mona. That's good. You use two together. That's good. Yeah. My girlfriend threw the flowers away. I feel like a fish out of water. Boudoir. No, Yang, maybe you can say, my girlfriend took me to her book club with all her friends. My girlfriend took me to her book club with all her friends. But I don't like books, so I felt like a fish out of water. Okay, so a fish out of water means you feel very uncomfortable because you don't know about this thing. Okay, I feel like a fish out of water means I don't know about this. I don't know what this is. This is weird. I don't belong here. I don't belong here. Okay? I'm like a fish out of water in this new company. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Good job, Mona. I agree with Tyler. That was good. Okay, let's keep going. The early bird catches the worm. That's another very common one around the world. If you don't get up early, then somebody will beat you, right? So doing things early usually means that it's better, right? The early bird catches the worm means don't wait. Do it now. You'll be more successful. Okay, that's good. All right, let's keep going. We've got food idioms here next. Food idioms. Piece of cake. Idioms are a piece of cake. This test is a piece of cake. Finding your house was a piece of cake. This lesson is a piece of cake. Good, I'm glad. This exam is a piece of cake. Right. Yeah. Okay, yeah, piece of cake is easy. Spill the beans. Hey, I'm going to take everybody to the movies this weekend, but don't spill the beans. I'm going to take everybody to the movies this weekend, but don't spill the beans. How did I find these idioms? What did I write? Go take a look. Give me a list of 100 English idioms. That's all I said. That's it. Very simple. Okay? And you can ask it for more detail. Mona, you can ask it, give me a list of 100 English idioms and their history or their etymology. Like, where do they come from? Right? You can ask that too. Okay? And you can ask for example sentences also. Right? I only asked it to give me the idioms because I wanted a lot of them. But if you ask it for more detail, it will give you fewer, but more detail. Okay? Using AI to help yourself learn is a piece of cake. AI makes learning a piece of cake. Okay, let sleeping dogs lie. That's what we were talking about that's what we were talking about earlier. Don't stir up trouble. Let sleeping dogs lie. Yeah, it's good variety. Yeah. The elephant in the room. Again, we talked about that one. A little bird told me someone has a secret. Bigger fish to fry, right? We talked about those, right? Let's go to the next one. Sorry, I forgot. Here we go. Take it with a grain of salt. That's a good one. Take it with a grain of salt. That means don't take it too seriously, right? Let me think. He said that the company is going to fire 1,000 people next year. We're going to fire everyone who's bad. And then somebody will say, hey, take that with a grain of salt. He's not going to get rid of everybody. He's not going to get rid of everyone. To take it with a grain of salt means he says a lot of stuff. Don't believe everything he says. Okay? There are many people in politics that you can say this about. He said this, but take it with a grain of salt because he lies a lot. Okay? You say almost every day, sometimes take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, I know. These days, at least in this country, it's pretty easy to feel that way. I got an A in mathematics. You can say, I got an A on my mathematics exam. It was a piece of cake. I got an A on my mathematics exam. It was a piece of cake. Don't spill the beans about Mark's surprise party. Good. Take it with a grain of salt. He is not going to fire you. Yeah, right. That's a good way to use it, right? I'm going to fire you if you're not, working harder. I'm going to fire you if you don't do this. Take it with a grain of salt. He's not going to fire you. Okay? They're just joking around. Take it with a grain of salt. Yeah. Yeah, Sebastian, you can use it that way. Yeah. That would have that. Let's see. That would be USA Cats. I don't understand. What's this about? That would be have many compensation the company this year. Right. Yeah, you could say, they told us they're going to give us a big raise this year, but I would take that with a grain of salt. Okay? And let's find out, where does that come from? Oh, look at that. It comes from ancient Rome. Of course. It comes from a guy named Pliny the Elder. Pliny, I always like that name, Pliny the Elder. And he wrote about a recipe for an antidote to poison. So he was creating something that would cure you or help you if you were poisoned, right? If you drank poison, then this is an antidote. Antidote is a word that means something that will help you if you are poisoned. Okay, if you have poison in you, then you need the antidote. Okay, and in this antidote, it had a small amount of salt. Okay, cum grano salis. The idea was that taking something with a grain of salt could help digest something potentially harmful. So, salt was supposed to help to make it easier to swallow something that's bad. Okay? So now the phrase means approaching information with skepticism or caution. Okay, so just as salt could help with poison, he said, "Oh, salt will help with the poison." Well, really, will it? Will it? Will the salt really help with the poison? I would take that with a grain of salt. Okay. So here, take a look. I heard the company is giving huge raises, but I'll take it with a grain of salt until I see it happen. Okay. With your guidance, English has been a piece of cake. Good. I'm glad. Okay, good. Let's go back to the list. Let's see. Cool as a cucumber. Cool as a cucumber. That just means that you are calm. You are calm. Everybody else was very angry, but he was cool as a cucumber. Okay, all of the people were fighting, but she was cool as a cucumber. Or you could say, when the police officer pulled me over, I was very nervous, but I tried to be cool as a cucumber. Or I was very nervous, but my friend was cool as a cucumber. When the police pulled me over, I was very nervous, but my friend was cool as a cucumber. Okay. That's my dad. He's really cool as a cucumber. Okay, good. Okay, if we break up, finding a boyfriend better than you is a piece of cake. Okay, Lily? All right, good. Next one is crying over spilled milk. To cry over spilled milk means that you're getting upset about something that can't be changed, so just stop crying and do something. Crying is not helping the problem. Right? If something bad happens, sometimes we feel upset, but if you spill some milk, I spilled the milk, and your mom will say, "Hey, don't cry about it. You just spilled it. Just clean it up." Okay? Don't cry over spilled milk. Don't get upset over something that can't be changed. Okay? Hello, Noah. Happy Nowruz. We use that idiom too? Okay, good. I've already wasted my time, so I'd like to bring some changes in my life and not cry over spilled milk. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Hello? I dropped my phone and it broke, and I'm really upset about it, but I don't want to cry over spilled milk. I dropped my phone and broke it, and I'm really upset, but I don't want to cry over spilled milk. I'm just going to go buy a new phone. Okay? Rock, I don't know what that means. And hello, Bana. What is done is done. Why do you want to cry over spilled milk? You should move on. Very good. And that's another good one. What is done is done. What is done means the same. Really, it's almost the same meaning as to cry over spilled milk, right? Hey, what's done is done. What's done is done. It happened. Now what, right? Don't cry over spilled milk. It happened. Now what? Okay? Good. Very good. In a nutshell. In a nutshell. That means in a few words. In a few words, right? So, if you say, in a nutshell, I really think that you need a good plan if you're going to study English, right? So if somebody says, I could explain, to learn English, you need grammar and vocabulary and pronunciation and reading and writing and listening and speaking and vocabulary, and you should practice this way and this way and this way and this way. In a nutshell, you need a good plan to learn English. Okay, so you're trying to say something. Usually we say this when I already did say a lot, right? I said a lot. Blah, 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 blah. In a nutshell. So it's kind of like a summary. Sometimes the way we use this one is like a summary, which means you just said a lot. Blah, 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 blah. In a nutshell, blah, 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 blah. Understand? Okay. In a nutshell, the party was awful, right? So, Mona, you could say, like, we went to the party, but they didn't have any food, and the music was too loud and not good, and the guys were really rude, and there was smoking, and it was really bad. So, in a nutshell, the party was awful. Okay? I would like to go on and on about her, but in a nutshell, she's the girl of my dreams. Yeah, good, Hilal. That's good. I turned down the job offer accidentally, but I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. I don't know if I'm... Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, no, that's perfect, Sebastian. Yeah, you accidentally turned down the job. Hey, what can you do? What's done is done, Sebastian. What's done is done. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. I'll find another job. Okay, very, very good. Yeah, it means in simpler words, or in fewer words, Sebastian, in few words, okay? Yeah, or in conclusion, or to sum up, to summarize. Yeah, okay, that's what it means. In a nutshell, you're not my cup of tea. Yeah. So, cats, if somebody said, why don't you like me? You know, and you say, well, your breath is really bad, and you talk too much, and you don't listen well. In a nutshell, you're not my cup of tea. Okay? In short would be another way to say it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Make the ends meet. Yes, that is an idiom, Masood. To make ends meet means to make enough money so that at the end of the month you have enough money to meet your needs, right? So you have bills, you need food money, you have rent money, you have gas money, you need money at the end of the month, right? So to make ends meet means I earned enough money to pay for my food and my rent and the things I need, okay? Crying over spilled milk, Dangisha, Wakanisha. One moment. Let me see something. So look what I just did. Let me show you something. This is how awesome ChatGPT is. Look what I just did there. 覆水难收. Is this the same meaning as crying over spilled milk? Yes, 覆水难收 and crying over spilled milk share similar meanings but with slightly different nuance. Okay? The similarities, both expressions convey the idea that once something is done, it cannot be undone. Okay? So there's no use in regretting it. Okay? But the difference is the Chinese one is usually used in serious situations, like a serious problem. Okay, crying over spilled milk is usually a small problem. Okay, usually it's a small problem. Okay, but look, it knows Chinese and English. Isn't that amazing? It knows Chinese and English. Right? So somebody was asking if this Chinese phrase was the same as the English phrase. Ask ChatGPT, ask DeepSeek, it will tell you. Okay? That's pretty awesome, right? Okay, let's go back. At the end of the day, Masood, that one is a little bit different. I feel like that's not quite the same, Masood. It's similar, Masood, but it's really hard for me to try to explain how it's different. Let's try to see. Let's see what ChatGPT says. Let's see. No. Whoops. Let's try this. At the end of the day and in a nutshell are both common English idioms, but they have different meanings and uses. At the end of the day means ultimately, after everything has been considered, right? So we've considered all the pros and cons, but at the end of the day, we just can't afford it. So there is a difference. The difference is, in a nutshell, is just in short, in summary, but at the end of the day is more like after considering everything. Okay, slightly different. Okay, after considering anything. So at the end of the day focuses on the final conclusion after considering everything. In a nutshell, is just summarizing simple things. Okay? Rock, you should follow me and take notes and study. I teach classes. These are classes. You're in a class right now. You're in a class right now, okay? I'm confused by the chat now. Tell us another example about the at the end of the day. Let's see. So at the end of the day is we've tried different marketing strategies, but at the end of the day, quality content is what brings customers back. I know eating healthy is hard, but at the end of the day, it's about taking care of yourself. Some team members disagreed, but at the end of the day, we all worked together to finish the project. Okay, so there you go. There's more examples of at the end of the day. And in a nutshell, this movie is about a scientist who travels back in time to stop a disaster. Okay, so in a nutshell can come at the beginning or at the end. Okay, in a nutshell, our plan is to sell eco-friendly products at affordable prices. In a nutshell, the boss wants us to improve efficiency and reduce costs. Okay? What does ultimately mean? Ultimately, in the end, at the end, okay, finally, okay? So if I say, I want you to go to this college, I want you to go to this university, your mom and dad, we want you to go to this university, but ultimately the choice is yours. Okay, we want you to go here, but ultimately the choice is yours. Okay? In a nutshell, the video game is about monsters and superheroes. Okay, sure. I am very confused by you guys today. Some of you guys, I don't understand what you're trying to talk about. But that's okay. Let's go back. There it is. Okay, and then we have not my cup of tea. In a nutshell, you want us to learn English, to learn idioms. That's correct. Yeah. In a nutshell. In a nutshell. What's the difference between at the end and in the end? Carolina, when we say at the end of the day, so in this case, we're talking about the day at the end of it. In the end is more like, so if I say at the end, it should be followed by at the end of the day. In this case, that's very different than in the end. In the end means finally. Okay. In the end, we decided to go to the Greek restaurant. In the end, we decided to stay in and watch a movie. Okay, so that means ultimately or finally or after consideration or, yeah, all right? No, there is a difference. There is a difference between at the end and in the end. You'll find the secret at the end of the book, okay? In the end is not used in that same way. So it's all about context for those, okay? Context is important. At the end of the day, I can't find my check-in hotel. I think that's too literal, cats. If you said... I couldn't find my check-in hotel. So after looking for a long time, at the end of the day, I decided to go home. Okay? I couldn't find my check-in hotel. So after looking for a long time, I decided to go home. Okay? At the end of the day, I decided to go home. Okay? In the end could talk about place, but again, it depends on the context, everybody. Okay? Depends on the context. Okay, good. Let's check out some more. Bread and butter. That means your main way of earning money. The main way that you earn money is your bread and butter. Okay, so teaching is my bread and butter. Teaching is my bread and butter. You can't understand the difference between what, Muhammad? You have to be more... Muhammad, I can't understand the difference between them. What them? What them, man? There are 108 people here. Many people are talking, so be specific. Teaching is my bread and butter also. Good, yeah. Does ChatGPT want money or not? ChatGPT is free if you want to use the free version. If you want the better one, then you have to pay for it. Working as a driver is my bread and butter. Good, yeah. Oh, at the end and in the end. Muhammad, let me show you how easy it is. If you want to know the difference between something, type this. Type the word that you want to know, and then verse, VS, period, and then the other word. At the end versus in the end. At the end refers to a specific time and place, point in time and place, often followed by of something. And it's used to describe where or when something happens. So at the end of the movie, the hero saves the day. We'll discuss the budget at the end of the meeting. There's a small cafe at the end of the street. That's at the end. In the end means ultimately after everything has been considered. Okay, we had some disagreements, but in the end, we found a solution. He struggled with his studies, but in the end, he passed his exam. They considered different vacation spots, but in the end, they chose Italy. Okay, so what's the difference? At the end means a specific time or place. At the end of the book, the villain is caught. In the end means a final result after a process. In the end, they decided to forgive each other. Okay? And here's a quick trick to remember. At the end, where or when something happens, often followed by something. Okay? So at the end, we blah, blah, blah. At the end of something. At the end of the book. At the end of the movie. At the end of the day. At the end of the story. Okay? Now do you get it? And again, how easy was that? What did I do? What did I do to find that answer? I typed in at the end versus in the end. That's not hard. Do it. That's why I'm showing you ChatGPT, because I know that many of you guys are still not using ChatGPT. You're still not using AI to help you learn, and I don't know why. Look how great it is. Look what it can do for you. So use it. Okay? Use it. All right, let's go to the next part. Here we go. Chewing the fat. Chewing the fat. What does chew the fat means? It means to chat casually, right? So what are you guys talking about? Oh, we're just chewing the fat. We're just chewing the fat. Now, this one, nobody's quite sure where this one comes from, but well, let me check something. Wait a minute. chewing the fat. Interesting. So where does this one come from? This one comes from sailors. A long time ago, sailors on boats, they used to chew whale fat. Okay, the fat from the whale is called blubber, and it has a lot of energy in it, right? It doesn't taste good, but it has a lot of nutritional value. So they used to put a piece of fat in their mouth and chew it a lot, all day. And if the fat is in your mouth all day, then it's kind of like, well, how do I say that? It's like passing the time. That's what it's like. Chewing the fat. So when you ask somebody, hey, what are you guys talking about? Oh, we're just chewing the fat. Chewing the fat means passing the time. We're just talking about nothing. How's the weather? How are your kids? What's new? That's chewing the fat. That's chewing the fat, right? But a long time ago, sailors really did chew fat for a long time. Why? Because they wanted to pass the time. They were just trying to pass the time, and it was energy. Okay? So chewing the fat is just casual talking. Yeah. Okay? Is there a chat GPT? I don't think so, no. Why do you want one? To put all your eggs in one basket. This is a good one. This means don't depend on only one thing. Don't have only one plan. You need a plan A and a plan B and a plan C and a plan D, maybe a plan Z. Okay, you need many plans. Okay, Julie, I can say it less quickly, but I'm not going to. Why? Because it's good for your ears. Try to listen. Okay? And you can come back and watch this again on YouTube and slow it down later, Julie. So right now I'm going to speak my normal speed, but this is on YouTube right now, and when I'm finished, it will be uploaded. Then you can watch it on YouTube and you can slow it down if you want to. Okay, but I'm going to speak my normal speed right now, and it's good for your listening. Okay, hello, Brandy. Good to see you. How are you? And yes, I use AI as much as I can anymore. Honestly, Brandy, I'm almost moving entirely to just using AI because I won't get in trouble for using books or websites or anything like that, right? HelloTalk doesn't want me to use other websites. I'm an English teacher, and they want me they want me to tell people, don't go to any other English sites to learn English, only HelloTalk. And guys at HelloTalk, hi, I love you, but that's really, really silly to tell me, a teacher, that I'm not allowed to tell students to find English resources for studying? Yeah, no. So, but AI, I don't think they can complain. We'll see. Maybe they will. But I'm using AI now, mostly. Okay, let's see. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's really risky. You will lose. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, very good, Mona. Mohammed, how did I search ChatGPT? I said, give me 100 English idioms. That's it. That's all I said, Mohammed. Give me 100 English idioms. That's all I said. Okay? All right, let's see. What is the difference between lay? No, lay. You can't do that, lay. I like you, lay, but When you come to my class, you need to see what I'm doing. Okay, Lei? You must see what my teaching is about today before you ask random questions, okay? I'm not here to answer random questions. Not every day. Okay? So today I'm teaching about idioms. Study my idioms. I'm not answering your questions. I'm talking about idioms today, okay? I hope you're doing well, Brandy. Thank you for understanding, Lei. Okay, let's go on to the next ones. Weather and nature idioms. Weather and nature idioms. Under the weather. That's a very common one. Under the weather. Oh, I'm calm. Don't you worry. Calmer than you are. That's a quote from The Big Lebowski. I'm calm. Calmer than you are. Walter Subcheck. Ah, hello. Yeah, I know, right? Under the weather, guys. What does under the weather mean? It means I'm feeling sick. But this one also comes from boats. This one comes from sailing. A long time ago, if you were on a boat, you're working on a boat, okay? And the weather is bad. It's raining and storming and lightning and thunder, and you are sick. You have a cold. You're sick. So the captain will tell you, hey, you are sick. So you should go under in the boat where you're under the weather. Okay? It means get out of the rain because you're sick. Okay? So, under the weather. Yeah, it just means feeling sick. I'm a little under the weather today. Yeah, I'm a little under the weather today. A storm in a teacup. Yeah, well, that happens every once in a while, Brandy. But it's my stream, so I'll do what I want, right? I have to take a leave. I'm feeling under the weather. Good. Yes. Hello, Appy. Okay, guys, calm down. Come on. Be nice. Be nice. I've been, Janice, you could say, I have been a little under the weather since Monday. Okay? If you say I'm, that is I am. I am. That's present tense. But you said since Monday. So you can't use present tense and since Monday together, right? You need to say I have been. Okay? That's continuous. I have been a little under the weather since Monday. Okay? What strategies do I use to learn all these idioms? Well, Raphael, one of the best strategies is to find out the story of where the idiom comes from. Once you find the stories are usually interesting, so that helps you remember. Then, Raphael, a strategy to help you know how to use them is to know the topic, like weather and nature, right? Or sickness, right? You can type in all the idioms about sickness, and now you know that those are ones that you can use when you're sick, right? Or idioms about anger, right? So you can organize these in different ways, and that will help you know how to use them, right? Sometimes you guys want to know how to use a word, and instead of, you are trying to find how to use every word separately. But it would be better if you choose an idea and then try to find all the words that are related to that idea. So choose an idiom and then find all the words that are, or the idioms that are related to that. So for example, work, right? Find all the idioms about work. or travel. Find all the idioms about travel and then learn them based on their concept, based on their context, their usage. Okay? All right, calm down, everybody. Brandy's a friend of mine, so just calm down. Saba, this is not a book. This is ChatGPT, Saba. Right there, ChatGPT. Okay, I'm not using a book. This is ChatGPT. I am under the weather this morning. Rose, I'm under the weather this morning. Lily, if your question is about idioms, then you can ask your question. Or, guys, if you don't have questions about idioms, then you should go to my website or my YouTube channel. Okay, if you don't want to learn what I'm teaching right now, then go to my YouTube channel and watch some of my videos, or go to my website and study using my materials. Okay? You're welcome, Lily. And Lily, I have live streams. Everybody, if you're listening, I have live streams 5 times a week. I have voice streams 5 times a week. So I'm here 10 times a week. About 10 times a week I'm here. All right? And I really do teach, okay? So follow me, and 80,000 people follow me for learning English, okay? 80,000. So I promise they don't follow me because I'm funny. I'm not funny. All right, let's try the next one. A storm in a teacup. A storm in a teacup. It means a big fuss over a small problem. Okay? So something small happened and people got really mad. That's a storm in a teacup. Okay? A storm in a teacup. Thank you, Brandy. All right. Again, guys, calm down. Calm down. HT means hello talk. Thank you very much, Janice. I appreciate that. Okay, we're going to do just a few more. Let's try to finish these weather and nature idioms, okay? Let's finish these weather and nature ones, right? So, every cloud has a silver lining. That means when something bad happens, sometimes there's something good, okay? I don't agree that there's something good in every bad situation. But sometimes we try to say that to be positive, okay? Hilal, calm down. Hilal, if she does anything that I don't like, I will remove her. But she's fine. So relax, okay, Hilal? She's fine. Relax. I insist, okay? Just ignore her. If she's bothering you, you can ignore her, okay? Every cloud has a silver lining. Means something is bad, but you can say, hey, but this is good, right? I lost my job, but hey, now I have lots of time to read. I lost my job, but hey, now I have time to travel. I don't know, right? Something like that, okay? Every cloud has a silver lining. And when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. Problems come all at once. Problems come all at once. So when it rains, it pours. That's what we say, just, things are bad and now they're even worse. Hey, when it rains, it pours. So I got a bad score on my test, right? I got a bad score on my test, and my dog ran away, and my girlfriend broke up with me. When it rains, it pours. Okay? When it rains, it pours. Means all the problems come together. All right? You remember when Miss Universe from the Philippines said the word's silver lining? Yeah, that's right. When we say there's a silver lining, that means something bad has something small good. That's good about it. Okay? By the way, let me see. So what does silver lining mean? Every cloud has a silver lining. Clouds, sometimes we think clouds are bad, right? Clouds mean bad weather, right? But when you see the clouds at night and the moon is shining, excuse me, when the moon is shining behind the clouds look silver and beautiful. Understand? So they're clouds, and clouds are bad. Clouds usually mean bad weather. But every cloud has a silver lining. In this case, it means look at the silver moon behind the clouds. Ah, that's pretty. That's pretty. So they're bad clouds, but they're pretty because of the silver moon. Okay? Thank you, Raphael. Okay, let's move on. Let's see. The calm before the storm. That's a good one. The calm before the storm. That means that things are quiet before it's about to get really bad. It's about to get really bad. Okay? So the calm before the storm. A quiet period before the trouble starts. Okay, let me think of a good example. Let's find a good example on ChatGPT. Give me some examples of how to use the calm before the storm. Whoops. Give me some examples of how to use calm before the storm, okay? Everyday life. The office was strangely quiet this morning. Probably the calm before the storm when deadlines hit next week. Okay, so everything is peaceful now, but it's going to be busy and stressful soon. Okay? She enjoyed her coffee in silence, knowing it was just the calm before the storm when her kids woke up. So it's morning, it's quiet, she's drinking her coffee, she's meditating, right? Everything's peaceful. But that's the calm before the storm. Now her kids woke up. Mommy, daddy, what are we doing? When are we going? I want some food. Blah, 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 blah. That's the calm before the storm. Okay? But that's how to use it in everyday life. But there are also other ways, like weather. The sky was eerily still and there was no wind. It truly felt like the calm before the storm. Sometimes before a really big storm happens, everything is quiet and there's no wind, right? And then suddenly, boom, the storm comes, right? Everyone was relaxing on the beach, unaware that a hurricane was approaching. It was the calm before the storm. So everybody's relaxing on the beach. La-di-da-di-da. But there's a storm coming. That's the calm before the storm. Okay? In work and business, sales are slow this month, but we expect a huge rush during the holidays. This is just the calm before the storm. So the sales are slow right now. Nobody's buying anything. But in the holidays, everybody's going to come and buy. So right now, it's not busy. That's the calm before the storm. Okay? The meeting room was quiet before the CEO entered. It was the calm before the storm, right? So everybody is waiting for the boss to come, and it's quiet. And now the boss came in, and now he's going to yell at you. Okay? Or in sports, right? Look, it uses many, many different ways to use it. Okay? And once again, I'm just using ChatGPT. I'm just using ChatGPT and asking it questions. You wait for me. You guys wait for me, and that's great. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody following me. But you don't need to wait. You can actually ask ChatGPT. Right? I'm almost ready to take a break here, guys. My voice is starting to get scratchy. Let me see if we can finish this or not. Okay, we've got just a couple more. Lightning fast means very fast. He's lightning fast. You finished your homework lightning fast. Okay? He came back to work lightning fast. Okay? He was, he went to the store lightning fast. Okay? Very quickly. All right? Come rain or shine. Come rain or shine means no matter what happens, come rain or shine, we're going on that vacation. Come rain or shine, you're going to school tomorrow. Come rain or shine, you're going to work. Okay? Come rain or shine. It means no matter what happens. It doesn't matter if it rains, if it's snowing, if it's sunny. I don't care. Whatever the weather is, you're going. Okay? You're doing it. Come rain or shine. Okay? Hit the hay means to go to sleep. Hit the sack, hit the hay. Same thing. Just means go to sleep. Okay? And make hay while the sun shines. To make hay, usually we just say making hay. And that just means taking good advantage of an opportunity, right? So don't waste time. Don't waste time, that's all. That's all, okay? Make hay while the sun shines, okay? Hit the hay, Leah, hit the hay. Hit the hay means sleep. Yeah, okay? And yes, Mithushali, yes, this is the paid version because I need the paid version for my work. But the free version is very good too, okay? And then go with the flow. Go with the flow. Adapt to a situation. So, hey, I know that I know your new boss is really weird. I know your new boss is really different. But hey, just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. Okay? It means just try. Just adapt. Okay? Go with the flow. Don't fight it. Okay? And again, you can even use voice mode. Watch. Can you please tell me more about go with the flow and how to use that English idiom?
Of course. Go with the flow is a flexible and commonly used idiom in English. It means to accept situations as they come, adapt easily to changes, and not get stressed about things beyond your control. Essentially, it encourages being relaxed and open to whatever happens. How to use go with the flow. In daily life, I didn't...
Right? So you can talk to it, right? If you're not sure, ask it. Okay? All right, guys. I have been here for an hour and 40 minutes, so it's time for me to go. But before I go, please make sure you do go follow me on my YouTube channel, on my website. This is my website right here. And here is my YouTube channel. You think my accent is better than the AI? All right, I'll take that. So please go to my YouTube channel. This is on YouTube right now. So if you want to review today, go to my YouTube channel. You can watch this again. You can watch it again and make notes. Okay? Excuse me. ChatGPT doesn't let you talk. He talks and talks and talks. Sometimes. Okay? Thank you very much, Janice. Thank you very much, Janice. Yeah, please go to my YouTube channel. Please follow me on my website. Please tell people about what I do. Share, like, follow, share, like, follow, share, like, follow. Mona says, can we say a storm and a cup of tea is like making mountains out of molehills? Almost. Mona, they're very, very similar. A storm in a teacup is just something that got out of hand. Yeah, they're very, very similar, Mona. Yeah, it's very similar, I think. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Janice. That's nice of you to say. Thank you. All right, guys, I gotta go. I should be back tonight for a voice room. Excuse me. So if you want to come back tonight for a voice room, you can. Okay? All right. That's going to be it for me today. Thank you, guys. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you, Nari, and Leah. Thank you. Thank you, Janice. Thank you, Katz. Thank you, Hilal. Thank you very much, Myth and Fufu. Thank you. All right. Take care. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.